Hello friends and foes, my name is Kate and this is my channel, Chapter Kate. I feel like I'm too close. And today I'm going to be doing the HUMBOOK tag. This is a great tag to do if you just feel like you want to rant about some stuff. Because I want to rant about some stuff. I just do. But before I get into that, I wanted to share that I have merch. Specifically, I have 2 Christmas designs. Boop. Christmas merch. One is an awesome Christmas book tree, and the other is great for those whose families and friends won't stop asking them what they want for Christmas when you've already told them several times that you just want books. And if you use the code HUMBOOK between now and December 25th, then you can get 10% off your entire purchase. I would go ahead and order as soon as possible so it can get there to you in time for the holidays. Now back to the video. I want to say that I do not condone violence or bullying, and that this is all hypothetical before I get into the questions. But if you're like me, sometimes you just want to fight somebody, so this is a great tag for those kind of days. There are 10 questions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10 questions, and we're just gonna go with it. Number 1, what kind of cover art immediately turns you off of a book? Well, friends and foes, I would have to say that this kind of stuff right here, this like old science fiction fantasy, this style book covers, hate it. Hate it. Just hate it. And I also just don't like the color pink, so I don't typically like books that have pink on it. I don't have to rationalize that. For example, The Bells. It's a beautiful cover. It really is. However, when I first saw it, I completely just ignored it because it looked like a romance book to me because it was pink and had all the flowers and stuff on it. And I'm so glad I went to like a book panel where Danielle Clayton was talking about the book, because otherwise I would not have known that it was like a fantasy, because I looked at it and I just thought, romance. It actually kind of had, to me, a like bachelorette vibe to it. And I was just like, not my thing. And there's nothing wrong with romance. I just don't want it on my shelves. Also, there are so many books that everybody's like, this is such a gorgeous cover. And I'm like, it's hideous. I hate it so much. Like, I really do. Question number 2 is, what do you hate most on a book cover that is not related to design? This could be a lot of different things that are just physically on the book or around the book, printed on the book, that don't have anything to do with the design. So for me, it's now a Netflix original series, or now adapted into a movie, or whatever. Like, I hate that stuff. I hate it so much. It's like, after they come up with that, it's so hard to find a version that doesn't have it on there. I hate it so much. Question number 3. When you're reading a book synopsis, what could make you want to yeet that book across the bookstore? For me, this is something that happens every single time I go to the bookstore for some reason. It's always the first book that I pick up. It's like, following her short stint in a mental hospital, having just escaped the asylum, after spending 3 years in a psych ward. I hate it so much. I hate it. I just hate it so much. I know that there's a place for that. I know that it can be done well. I know that some of those books are probably good books. However, when I work in a psychiatric hospital, and I have for 5 years now, I just don't want to see it in a book, because I just know it's most likely not done well. I just don't like it. Number 4. What trope in a book makes you want to scream into the abyss? Because mine is any petty misunderstanding that could be easily avoided. I hate it so much. I really do. I really hate it so much. It's just like, communicate already. Oh, he cheated because I saw some girl whisper in his ear. And it was like the waitress asking him what he wanted for dessert or something. I don't know. Like, you know, honestly, I blame this on Shakespeare. He did a lot of things for literature. He is hilarious. He makes a lot of dirty jokes. I can respect that. However, what he did to Romeo and Juliet, everybody's like, you know what? That's so great. What if somebody thinks that somebody did something and then they do something and the other person sees them do something and it's like, hey, why'd you do that thing? And he's like, I didn't do that thing. But they don't ever have that conversation until it's too late. Hate it. Question number 5. What book immediately induces rage as soon as it is mentioned? Mine is Caraval. I could scream about Caraval. Like, I could literally set it on fire and be okay with that. Caraval is just so bad. I was so excited. I was like, ooh, these covers are pretty. This has a cool concept. This seems like it's enjoyable, maybe. No, it was not enjoyable at all. And they did the super irresponsible thing at the end. I don't even care if it's a spoiler. It's a spoiler, everybody. This is a spoiler for Caraval. They did the super irresponsible thing at the end where someone fakes suicide and it's just done very irresponsibly. It's just done bad. It's done very irresponsibly. I hated it. I hated it. Question number 6. What could someone say when recommending a book to you that could immediately break your trust in them? Because mine is, hey, you would like this book. It's character driven. You don't know me at all, do you? I hate character driven books. I want plot. I want action. I don't even barely want to know these people. I just want things to happen. Number 7. Is there an author that you would like to fight? Because personally, I feel like I would like to fight Stephen King. I don't know why. I feel like I could fight him. I don't think I've read anything I've really enjoyed by him. And he annoys me on social media. I feel like I could take him. I really do. For legal reasons, this is not a threat to you, Stephen King. But if you ever want to fight, like, I'm down. Question number 8. Is there a character that you would like to dropkick? Okay, so for me, it's the vampire in Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. I would like to dropkick him in particular. This book I was super excited to read, and then I ended up hating it. And it was mostly because of this stupid vampire character. I hated his personality. I hated his whole thing. I hated everything he did. I hated it. I'm not going to go as far to say that the book was problematic because of the things he did, because he's supposed to be a bad guy, but everything he did made me super uncomfortable and I hated him so much. I would drop kick him in the throat so fast. Yeah. Question number 9. If Goodreads was a person, what would you bully them for? Side note, I don't condone bullying. This is hypothetical, and in this hypothetical situation, Goodreads is a total douchebag. I think the main thing that I would bully Goodreads for is how you type something into the search bar and like none of the search results are even closely related to what you've typed in there. And it doesn't come up with the correct response until you've typed in the entire title and possibly even the author's name also. And if you leave off a the, God forbid you leave off a the or an a or anything like that, it just doesn't come up. And if you misspell anything, well, screw you. Because at least Google has the sense to like autocorrect and like think, oh, maybe they meant this. No, Goodreads doesn't know how to do that. And I would bully Goodreads for that. And then question number 10. If you could ban anything from all books forever, what would it be? And we could go into the whole banning books is bad conversation. I agree. Banning books is bad. This is hypothetical. What would you ban from all books forever? Personally, I would ban the phrase, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Coincidentally, I had to say that phrase multiple times, about 10 times actually, to say it correctly. The only thing tied to that phrase is saying, oh, she's using 100% of her brain instead of 10% of her brain, so now she has mind powers. I hate it. And that's all for my ranty HUMBOOK tag. If you would like to do this tag, please do it. I'm going to tag a few people in the description of my video. But literally, if you want to do this tag, please do it. I love seeing people rant about stuff. I just love it. Ugh, it inspires joy in my heart to see people filled with rage. Yeah, it does. If you do this tag, please put the link to your video in the description of this one. I will obviously share it on Twitter and all that good stuff if you tag me. Let me know what the answers to some of these questions are for you in the comments of this video. Like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and don't forget to let out that breath you didn't know you were holding. Bye! Tripping over shadows and I'm drowning in the night. I feel the soldiers coming and I'm putting up a fight.